Hey there, this is Magic Flying Potato. Hope you are doing well today. And I am just going to redo a older video that I did. This is going to be for new players starting out in February 2021 or later. As you can see, this is the 0.07 build. So newest build that just came out in February. But I'm going to go over some of the options for setting the game up. Now, these are personal options that it's all up to you on how you want to set it up. But here are a couple of recommendations I'll go through when you do set up the game for the very first time. Once you sign in for your Xbox account, if you don't have one, just sign up for one that's free. Because this is a Microsoft/Xbox game, even though you can play it on PC, which is what I'm doing. I have the Microsoft PC version, which does cloud saves, which means I can play the game on my PC and then go play it on my Xbox, picking up right where I left off. If you're playing on Steam, it's its own platform, but you can cross-play with people on Xbox and Microsoft PC. So that's something to know about that as well. So what you're going to do is just go into the options, and you'll get this this display screen right here. And I'll just kind of go through this quickly. For the game, you got your languages. They've added a bunch since it first started. So whatever language you speak or comfortable with, go ahead and pick that. Player distance. Now this is for multiplayer. If you plan on doing multiplayer, I suggest turning this on, because when you turn it on, it actually allows you to see where your friends are at on the map. You can see their name tags over their head and their distance. Auto save in minutes. So this right here, if you adjust it, it will auto save every 5 minutes all the way up to every 20 minutes. Again, personal choice for this one. How often do you want the game saved? I'd say leave it here to start off with, or bump it up. It's again, personal choice. Auto saves. So right here, so every 15 minutes. So what this is saying. So every 3 saves, it saves on the same thing. If you read the number of past auto saves to keep for each playthrough, old auto saves will begin to be overwritten once your auto save count has reached this number. So at 3, every 15 minutes, it will start rewriting over old saves. You could bump this down to 0, which means it will automatically save over the top of the old save, or up to 5. Leave it at 3. Again, personal choice. Tutorials on or off. If this is your first time playing this, I suggest leaving it on. If not, you can turn it off if you're a veteran of the game. I'm a veteran, but if I restart or do some things, sometimes tutorials do help. So I leave that on. So go over to display. Again, I'm playing on PC. Depending on your computer and your monitor and everything, video card. These are all personal choice. Frame rate limit, as you can see, 30, 60, 120, all the way up to 200 and unlimited. Again, depending on your computer type that you have, same with the VSync. If you have this on, it may cause lag. So again, personal choice. Gamma, this is how bright or how dark things will be in the game. I just leave mine at, I'm not sure what it starts off with, but I put mine at 50%. If it's too dark in the game, just bump it up. If it's too light, bring it down. Motion blur. This is a huge one for me. If you put this motion blur all the way up to 100%, every time you move, everything around you blurs. And if you get motion sickness, this will definitely affect you. When I first started playing, and even when I turned it off, I still had to get used to, because everything is so big and it's so up close to your face. You still kind of get a motion blur, but nothing like if it's turned on at 50 or 100%. I suggest turning it off. But again, if you see that you're getting kind of motion sickness, go ahead and turn this off. I hate motion blur in any game. Field of view. So this is your cone of view of how you see things, how much of the area in front of you see. I think it starts off at 60 or 70. I turned mine up to 90. I wanted to do, because I play third person a lot, and you could go all the way up to 120. The problem with doing 120 in third person is you do get a slight fisheye bubble look. So if you're looking straight out, it might not be too bad, but things off to the side of you appear closer than what they are, and that sometimes messes with you. So I've actually kept it at 90. When you're in first person view, at the default setting, it's very hard to fight because your field of view is not there. You just can't see what's going on around you. If the bug is off to your side or moves off to your side or front, above you, it's very hard to see. So again, mess with the field of view, set it up to what you like. Yeah, just play around with the settings because again, like I said, third person, if you go to 120, for me, I get a fisheye effect and that kind of messes with me. I wish I wish they had two different fields of view for third person and first person. Maybe that's something that they'll do in the future. Render scales just renders down the resolution again, depending on the type of PC, what type of video card you're running. For keyboard, this is all your keyboard settings and your key bindings. You can go in here and change it to whatever you like, but it's good to know just when you're starting out, just to go in here, check out everything, how the keyboard bindings are. Change it if you want, leave it alone. You could always go back to factory defaults if you do change something and forgot what it was. But yeah, you got a second bar here to make your own adjustments. So yeah, it's all personal choice. Controller, if you're using a controller with your PC or if you're using a controller with the Xbox, here's all your controller settings right here. So again, set it up the way you want it or leave it at default. All right, so if we go over to audio, set this up again any way you want. I've got my music off because when I do videos, it does get kind of distracting in the background. So you know, adjust the settings according to how you like them. With all this now, this right here, voice chat. So the game, it does have in-game voice chat, so you're able to talk with your friends through the game if you don't have any other means of communication. For PC, it has 3 options: never, push to talk, and on activity. So push to talk, you use a key setting on your keyboard to talk, and as soon as you push to talk, and then you push to stop talking. On activity means it's always on and you're always talking, and this is it's not area effect, where that means the further away somebody is, or directional. Means like the lighter, the less you could hear them, or from what direction. This is just a general voice chat. So no matter where they are in the game, you will hear them the same all the time. And it's also, again, not directional. Come over to accessibility. Now, if you have a fear of spiders, arachnophobia, you got this slider bar right here. So you have a preview. Okay, so it is in progress. Again, game is still in the early access stage, and they did change this somewhat. Okay, so right here, 0 means you get spiders as what they are supposed to look like in the game. As you go down to different levels, as you can see, level 2, they're just a blob, an orb. 3, 4, and 5. So yeah, depending on if you do have an arachnophobia, you might want to go down to 5, or if you're okay with some of the spiders, I would say the wolf spiders still creep me out in the game, but I keep it on 0. Colorblind mode, highlights, changes what objects will be highlighted when you're looking at them. Yeah, none, items only, not base buildings, and then all. Again, play with this as you start getting used to the game. Just make your adjustments. Large text, if you want larger text on the screen. Read to me, reads to you every text that's coming on the screen. Subtitles, dialogue only, changes what the sounds and voices you hear. So when you play a cassette tape or something within the game, when there's dialogue, it will show the subtitle as well as read it, as well as showing you the text size. If you want a background on the text, like black out the background to make the text view so it's easier viewable, go ahead and select that. Then you got the chat text to speech. So when you are talking, it will change your chat to text on the screen. or text to speech. So text will, if you type, it will go to speech. And this is, if you speak, it'll go to text. I have not used any of these two, so I'm not sure really how well they work. But yeah, so these are just the basic options for setting up your game for new players as of February 2021. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below asking. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs down, thumbs up if this does not or does help you. And if you want some future content, go ahead and subscribe. That would be great. Once again, you guys have a great time out there exploring your backyard. And this is Magic Flying Potato, and I am